Hey everyone, it's 101 Leafy, bringing you more news from Mount Wildwood in video form. For today's news, I'll be covering a bunch of different Wibble Wobble topics. Let's start with the Infinite Inferno. As expected, 2 new circles for the Infinite Inferno have been added. The 5th and 6th circles have been added. You can fight Spooklunk and Dr. Nogot on the 5th and 6th circles respectively. They're just stronger recolors of Phantasmarai and Dr. Madaman, so that's not particularly exciting. If you don't have Daze yet, be on the lookout for him. He's the Infinite Inferno's Noko. The main draw to play these new circles is the promise of 2 new soul secrets. As usual, beating each circle's boss will give a first time reward of 1 soul secrets, perfect for leveling legends and event yokai like Sproink S. Up next is the new Thanksgiving event. A lot of excitement has been drawn to this event, and for good reason. Komajiro S is one of the most powerful yokai in the game now. Him, Beelzebub, Elderbloom, and Sergeant Burley are now the 4 yokai anyone wishing to compete in score attack must have on their team. Komajiro S is an entire 2 Soultimate levels stronger than Zero, so they are not interchangeable. Normally, having such a powerful yokai would be a very exciting event, especially with the drought of content in the past couple of months. However, NHM PlayArt has completely messed up this event. The month of login stamps did nothing to detract from the actual game. The Thanksgiving event is different. Komajiro S is only available through Thanksgiving coins. This alone would not be an issue, but only 11 Thanksgiving coins can be obtained during the event period. 5 from scoring 300,000 or more on one stage, and 6 from popping a total of 30,000 WIb Wobs. These Thanksgiving coins function exactly like normal 5-star coins, except they have Komajiro S added to their prize pool. NHN did not even bother adding D-Muncher and King Mara to them. With only 11 shots at pulling a yokai that is rarer than Soul Secrets, few players will pull him. With a completely maxed Crankakai, Soul Secrets only have a 1 out of 10 chance of being pulled. The chance of passing the Soul Secrets check, moving on to the Komajiro S check, and passing that is frustratingly low. Testing has found that the chance is likely less than 1%, but community manager Carlos Lopez claims that a 1.5% chance for Komajiro S's rarity tier sounds about right, because NHN uses the same probability for similar rarities in their other games. If any of this Crankakai rarity talk is confusing, do not worry. A complete guide to how the Crankakai works will be published soon. If this 1.5% chance is true, keep in mind this only applies to the few elite players that have a completely maxed out crank. This means the most dedicated players in the game that have invested hundreds of hours into it only have a 16.5% chance of obtaining Komajiro S this event with their Thanksgiving coins. This is an enormous issue. Previously, all score attack competitors could be on an even playing field if they are willing to put in the effort to pull through soul secrets to max out their team. Now it is different. If a competitor is not lucky enough to pull Komajiro S, they will be demolished by anyone who has due to the 14-point attack up difference in their teams. At a high level in score attack, every point matters, meaning anyone who does not pull Komajiro S is done for. The Filthy Goat, who has maxed nearly every single yokai in the game, failed to pull Komajiro S in his Thanksgiving coins. Evil Nobu may be a slightly better score attack player, but the Filthy Goat is the greatest Wibble Wobble player by far. He is insanely committed to the game, and has almost reached his goal of maxing every yokai, which is a great feat in itself. He also creates YouTube videos and is an active member of the Mount Wildwood community, sharing all of his strategies to help grow the WIb Wob fanbase. Why should such a wonderful, dedicated, passionate player of WIb Wob be prevented from continuing to play the game as he wishes because of bad luck? This type of event is completely unprecedented. Yokai Watch Puni Puni, the Japanese version of WIb Wob, has never, in its over a year of operation, had an event with a limited, set chance to get any yokai, let alone the currently most powerful yokai in the game. Perhaps the most frustrating part of all this is that NHN could have avoided this issue through a number of actions. There are some yokai that still need to be added to the Crankakai. One of these yokai is Unikirin, an S-rank attack upper with an equal Soultimate to Komajiro S and Beelzebub. Only 2 attack uppers are used on each team, so if Unikirin was in the Y Money Crankakai, not being lucky enough to pull Komajiro S would no longer be an issue. Anyone that wants a strong attack upper could have unlimited tries at Unikirin. There is, of course, an easier solution that should be proposed instead. Just add Komajiro S to the Y Money Crankakai. Darkubi, Illuminact, and the other limited Crankakai event yokai have always been available from the Y Money Crankakai as well. For example, Liberty Neon, who is available in 4th of July coins, was also available with Y Money. There's no reason why NHN shouldn't have put Komajiro S in there as well. It doesn't really make sense why they would limit a yokai to coins. The entire purpose of events is to generate revenue, so by preventing players from paying money to get a chance at Komajiro S, NHN is not only messing up dedicated players by doing this, they are foregoing a huge chance at pulling in additional revenue. Adding a must-have yokai to the game for only a few days is a big pull for many players, and there is no doubt that some of these players would have bought Y money had NHN given them a reason to. Speaking of Crankakai coins, a promotional campaign has begun with the Yokai Watch YouTube channel. Level 5 has been posting every single episode of the Yokai Watch anime dub's second season. A large portion of the Yokai Watch fanbase consists of original fans who watched the anime when it first aired in Japanese. There is nothing wrong with this, but now that Level 5 is making the English version freely available online, everyone should show their support and watch it. Everyone's views contribute numbers, and numbers matter, especially in situations like these. Whether you are a sub fan or a dub fan, you should do your part in growing the Yokai Watch franchise and watch Season 2 online. Watching the anime is not the only exciting part of the episode uploads, though. Episodes 13 through 18 will contain a password that gives a Season 2 campaign coin in Wibble Wobble. One episode will be uploaded each day at 6 p.m. CST, with episode 14 being uploaded today. Check the YouTube channel every day for a new code. Finally, I and the rest of the Springdale Data Sciences team, a team of elite Wibble Wobble players dedicated to researching the math behind the game, have been working with community manager Carlos to better WIb Wob as a whole. NHN, the Wibble Wobble developer, has both a Japanese and Korean branch, so getting things done can be a bit difficult. Thanks to Carlos's efforts, a bug reporting spreadsheet has been created. Should enter it according to the guidelines on the spreadsheet. Their bug report will be reviewed by Springdale Data Sciences to make sure it's a proper report. Then, it will be given directly to the WIb Wob developers. Report bugs and help improve WIb Wob. Please note, this spreadsheet is not for suggestions or complaints. Constantly pulling bad yokai from the Crankakai is not a bug. Thanks for watching. If you want to see more news updates, be sure to smash that like button, subscribe, and let me know in the comments, what kind of WIb Wob event would you like to see in the future? If you like my content, be sure to check out mountwildwood.net, where I post news and guides for all Yokai Watch games, including Yokai Watch Wibble Wobble.